Well, it's that special time of year again. It's time for all the YouTubers to band together to crap on a recent Disney live action remake. And this is a live action remake that many people have anticipated for months now. And what movie am I talking about today? Well, look at the title of the video, you damn fool. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Snow White, a movie I had no interest in watching or even talking about, but it only came to my mind because a bunch of YouTubers have been ripping this movie to shreds, and that's putting it extremely lightly. Whether it be ripping into Rachel Zegler for her stupid statements about the OG, making updates to the movie to try to pander to specific groups, and overall just being another crappy remake that hopes to make $1 billion at the box office. Now, how do I feel about this whole situation with Snow White and the movie as a whole? Mostly indifferent.
I don't care.
I don't really care for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but I will give credit that it set the precedent for animated movies moving forward. Without this one movie, we wouldn't have any other animated movies that followed it, including from DreamWorks, Disney, Pixar, Blue Sky, Sony, Warner Brothers, etc. So let's see how badly they fumbled the bag with this one, taking a classic that resonates with a lot of people and trying to add multiple dimensions to it that that don't really need to be there. Let's do this.
Now, where to begin? How about Once Upon a Time?
I don't know why I'm doing the story segment because everybody knows about the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The evil queen wants to kill Snow White because Snow White's more fairer than her. She orders the huntsman to kill her, but he tells her to run away into the dark forest. A bunch of animals take her to the cottage of the dwarves. She befriends the dwarves. The evil queen discovers that Snow White is still alive. She transforms into an old lady, gives Snow White a poison apple, succeeds in killing her. The dwarves try to avenge the fallen. The queen gets much deserved karma by getting crushed by a rock. Let's see. The dwarves mourn over Snow White's dead body. The prince gives her a kiss. She comes back to life, and everybody lives happily ever after.
Yeah!
The only difference this time around is that they give us more backstory to Snow White's kingdom, and there's kind of a B plot that focuses on a couple of characters, I guess, trying to rebel against the evil queen's rule. I think that's it. There's probably more to it than that, but I'm not going to rewatch this piece of shit. So let's get on to the pros, the cons, whether or not this is the worst live action remake of them all, and let's wrap this up.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Okay, let's see. Positive things, good things. I thought Rachel Zegler did a good job singing. I thought the movie was bright and colorful at times. They at least tried to do something with the prince in this one by turning him into a bandit who has a group of thieves that work with them. Let's see. Oh, remember when everybody thought that these guys were gonna be the dwarves? Good times. It's a very diverse movie. Snow White definitely ends up being a badass girl boss in the end. Yay. Oh yeah. Go girl, go female empowerment. Oh yeah. That's amazing. Yes, breaking that glass ceiling. Okay, that's it. That's all the pros. Now let's get into the cons.
This fucking sucks.
The biggest problem with this movie is that it is stretched out as fuck. The original movie was 1 hour and 23 minutes long, but this one, for some odd reason, is 1 hour and 49 minutes long. Granted, it's not 2 hours like the other live action remakes, but when I was watching this movie, I had a gut feeling that some of the stuff that was in this film could have easily been cut out. And never is that more apparent than when it comes to this whole rebellion plot that this movie shoves into the story. I did not give a single fuck about that, honestly. The OG didn't have that in the story, and this one didn't need to have it either. The only reason why it's here is so Disney can jerk themselves off because, oh my god, we're so mature. We're adults now. Look at what we're doing. We're adding layers and dimension to the original. Fuck off.
You little...
The acting in this movie is not good. Although Rachel Zegler can sing, she is pretty stiff when it comes to her acting, like a big ass plank of wood. I mean, I'll give her credit that she at least looks like she's trying her best with the material she's given, but the same cannot be said for Gal Gadot. This woman cannot fucking act. And I don't care how many fans I piss off by saying that. I don't know why she keeps getting roles. It's honestly a mystery, because this woman does not command the screen at all. And she doesn't really have any subtlety like the OG Queen did. And much like Emma Watson and Will Smith, Gal Gadot cannot sing. So when it comes to her songs, they have to use autotune, which was very goddamn noticeable.
So who will dare stand in my way? Now beware!
The Prince was... didn't really care about him, to be honest. The dwarves were fucking horrifying to look at. I don't know, like, why didn't they just get regular dwarf people to play these roles? These things were absolute fucking nightmare fuel to look at. Unlike the original where they were charming, and here, they were just obnoxious and fucking scary. My god. They took Grumpy's character development from the original and gave it to Dopey for some weird reason. I don't know why they did that. I did not like the songs in this one at all. The pacing is god-awfully slow. Although I said this movie was colorful at times, sometimes the saturation on these colors can be painful to look at. Other characters that are introduced either don't get focused on, don't get any lines, or they don't get brought up at all. And the worst thing about this movie is that, just like with the Marvel films, it feels like this movie is just two films bashed in one. What do I mean by this? This movie tries to stay true to the original while forcing a more modern take on the story, with the castle and Snow White being a much more strong, independent woman. It just feels like this movie is constantly at odds with each other. It wants to stay faithful to the original, but at the same time, it wants to bury the original because it's seen as outdated and problematic. And that's it. I'm done. I'm finished. I am done talking about this movie. No, it's a terrible pile of shit, don't get me wrong, but I still think movies like The Lion King 2019, Mulan 2020, Pinocchio 2022, and Aladdin 2019 are much worse than this. Much, much worse.
So that's it. That's how they ended this series.
Yeah, I guess so.
We still got a few seconds left.
And that's it. I've talked about this disposable pile of garbage. I did my part, now it's up to the others to do their part. Now, if you guys are going to the movie theaters this week, please go watch that Looney Tunes movie instead. And that's all I have to say. Tell me what you guys think about Snow White 2025. And I'll catch you guys later.